There were some new protests in Ferguson, Missouri over the mistreatment of the black community and, of course, the death of Michael Brown, which people are still recovering from. And people started noticing some really, really disturbing stuff and some disturbing trends that the police were engaged in. Now, that's already a given because the whole story, the root of the story is police abuse, and we covered stories how it's not just Michael Brown. This is not an isolated incident. There was, remember the guy who had the same name as somebody else with a warrant, and he could prove that he's not the same guy, but they put him in jail anyway. They beat him up, and then when he bled on their uniforms, they charged him for bleeding on their uniforms. And, you know, destroying police property or something like that. Just an insane story of police abuse and just there being bad people across the board. 100%, it's the in-group, out-group mentality. We are the good people. Here's the blue shield. You're on the other side and you're the enemy, even if you did nothing wrong. They've totally gotten rid of the thought that maybe we're here to protect and serve. That's long gone in the Ferguson Police Department. So one of the things that people started to notice, and thankfully they were able to get a picture of it, is that officers were wearing I am Darren Wilson bracelets. Whoa. Whoa. Now, here's my question. Am I supposed to believe that these people wearing I am Darren Wilson bracelets are committed to the people of Ferguson and doing their job properly? Am I supposed to believe they care about peace and diffusing a situation? If something starts to escalate, like there's some, somebody's acting questionable, what are they going to do? Are these the people that are going to say, all right, guys, let's calm down here, take a deep breath, let's take a step back, and let's figure this thing out? No. These are the motherfuckers that are going to use tear gas, and they're going to keep using tear gas, and they're going to use rubber bullets, and they're going to use noise machines, and they're going to lock up reporters like they did when reporters were there during the protests. No, see, this is the thing. The thing is, the police are not acting like police. The whole idea of a police department is they serve the people. Are these guys serving the people? When they stand in solidarity with the guy that killed a kid who, by all accounts, had his hands in the air and was surrendering? Now, understand, it's past the point of just speculation, okay? Now, I wasn't there. I can't know for sure. But if you go by the eyewitness accounts, it's now over 90% of all the eyewitnesses that say he had his fucking hands in the air. There was a video CNN released a few weeks ago where one of the guys was, he was a worker standing a couple hundred yards away from the scene. He saw it all unfold. He throws his hands up. He goes, he had his fucking hands in the air. Just stunned by the fact that this guy was gunned down. The only eyewitness who said he didn't have his hands in the air is somebody who knew somebody who was friends with Darren Wilson. So it's a game of telephone on the side of Darren Wilson's friends. Gee, I wonder if they have some sort of a conflict of interest to cover for him. So I don't trust the Ferguson Police Department. Now, after this story was released, what happened? What a coincidence. Today, the chief, who was an asshole from the beginning, okay, and was hiding facts in the case and released the video of Michael Brown doing a robbery when that wasn't even connected to the incident where there was, the police officer shooting and killing Michael Brown. Now he comes out and he apologizes. I'm so sorry to the family of Michael Brown. I'm so sorry for everything that's happened, yada, yada. Weird. It's weird how it took you this long to do it, and you happen to do this on a day when your officers are caught wearing I am Darren Wilson bracelets. No, I don't trust this police department. Okay, if I'm the federal government, I'm looking into these guys left and right. I'm nabbing them with whatever the fuck I can nab them with, because there is a history of abuse and misuse and mistreatment, and they're just exacerbating the problem today. I mean, look, I understand. I get it. Like, if you're in the police department and you knew Darren Wilson, like these guys, they know Darren Wilson. It's totally understandable to say, well, I think he was a nice guy, and he was nice to me, and we had a friendship or whatever, and man, it really does suck, the situation that happened. I feel really bad for Michael Brown's parents, and I feel really bad for Darren Wilson. Okay, that's fine, man. We get it. We understand. Like, we're not, unreasonable people. You're entitled to your own opinion on the situation. But this goes above and beyond that. This is outright support of somebody who is only famous and only known at this point for shooting and killing somebody with their fucking hands in the air. That's an extra level of, fuck you, I'm going to rub salt in the wound. Even if you believe that, do you not have the common sense not to say it, not to stand in solidarity? It's like when people were... Like, the same people, this is the same thing that we saw with George Zimmerman, where it wasn't like, look, I thought George Zimmerman should have been locked up for manslaughter, okay? I thought he should have been found guilty of manslaughter. But the people who said they thought he was not guilty, it wasn't this thought process of, man, this situation really sucks. I feel horrible for Trayvon Martin's parents. I feel horrible for everybody involved, and I feel bad for George Zimmerman. I just don't think there's enough evidence to convict. That's one opinion. I disagree with the opinion, but it's an acceptable opinion. Again, I'm a reasonable guy. You have a differing opinion. To each their own. But what we saw from the Zimmerman supporters was above and beyond outright cheerleading for Zimmerman, like he's some sort of hero or demigod, when all he's known for is gunning down Trayvon Martin. But that's a whole nother level of fuck you, rubbing salt in the wound. I'm taking a side here, and I'm taking the side of the person that killed the poor black kid. That's what we're seeing here. We're seeing it all over again with the Ferguson Police Department, but that's the thing that's so scary about it. At least with Zimmerman, it was people who had fucking jack-offs in their basements, just typing online and going to white nationalist websites. With the Ferguson Police Department, the white nationalist websites are the police department. The people on the websites are the police department. They've totally separated themselves from the community. They don't give a fuck about the community. This isn't about policing and doing their job right and serving the community, which is their fucking job. It's about, hey, I'm on Team Darren Wilson, and if you disagree, well, we're just going to keep oppressing you from here until the end of time.